Okay. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hey, B. We got. Hey, B. Welcome in. Y'all don't forget to tap that screen and share out this live. We will be designing today in Canva to help kick off our 3-day memorial challenge that is actually starting this Wednesday. Hang on just a second, y'all. Let me close my door. All right, y'all. So we are going to actually get started today. And I just want to kind of go back over for those that are new to my page. Welcome in. I am Coach Q, owner of You Made It Academy 2.0 and Made It Sold It. Welcome in, baddies. Um, and so I put together this challenge. I've done this challenge in the past, but I wanted to bring it back around. A lot of crafters struggle with. As a matter of fact, let me turn y'all around. Hey, let me turn. Hold on, y'all. Hey, Coco, welcome in. Hold on, let me turn y'all around, y'all. I'm actually streaming on a couple of platforms. Flip the camera. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna sit y'all right here while I talk to y'all for just a second. Oh, see if it's gonna let me be great. I got my mic plugged in. All right, there we go. So I put this challenge together to help my crafters who kind of get lost in the sauce. A lot of times you are in a bunch of different crafting groups and you see trending items and then you jump on that bandwagon, and then once that trend is gone, then you're kind of lost in the sauce of, okay, what do I do now? What can I sell and to make money? So this challenge is something that is a little bit different than the graduation challenge or the holiday challenges that I normally host. Memorial, unfortunately, it's a craft that actually sells 365 days of the year. People lose loved ones and family members every day. So, with that being said, this is not an actual trending craft. This is something that you can uh, learn how to do, launch it, and actually scale it and be able to make sales all year long. May that be from T-shirts to tumblers to the custom lanterns, memorial pillows, memorial blankets, and that sort. Then you also have a opportunity to go from just selling to the regular consumer to actually selling B2B, which is business to business. So all of your local funeral homes, they unfortunately deal with death on a day-to-day basis. That is definitely a platform that you guys would want, or a business that you would want to reach out to and network with and pitch to let them know what memorial items that you actually sell that they could turn around and resell to their grieving families that they are servicing at the time. So that's what this 3-day memorial challenge is all about. It's me teaching you how to actually design in Canva and also using ChatGPT or Gemini or whichever AI platform you guys prefer to use, along with making the product. A lot of times, you kind of get into these rooms where people are saying, "Oh yeah, sell this or whatever," and they don't actually know how to make the product or design the product. They just want you to buy their product. That's what kind of sets me apart from a lot of different rooms that you would visit. I am a crafter, and I am also a coach, a business owner, and I have helped other crafters and other business owners to launch and scale their business as well. So you are definitely in the right room. If you have not already clicked the button to follow me on IG, Facebook, TikTok, and YT, make sure to do so. The link is in my bio. But with that being said, I just want to show you guys a few items that you guys should definitely be selling for Memorial. These are kind of my top um, ones that I offer, but there is a lot for all of my newbies that are new to crafting. It can be overwhelming. So what I would say is pick maybe 3 crafts that you know that you can make and that you can actually produce or mass produce in a timely manner. One of the other things I want you guys to keep in mind when you're dealing with memorial crafts, it's time sensitive. A lot of times their loved one has just passed and they're either doing like a balloon release or they're getting ready to actually have the wake or the actual funeral services and stuff. So you don't get the leisure of a 2 week window when it comes to a lot of the memorial items. So just keep that in mind for my newbies. Also, when I am teaching, I am going to teach as if you don't have any equipment or you're just starting out that you're a newbie. So, with that being said, I'm going to show you just a few crafts that are newbie friendly. And anyone that's actually been in the game, if you've been in the game, put a one in the chat. I just want to see where my OGs are. If you've been crafting and you've actually already been doing memorial, drop a one in the comments. Hey Laura, welcome in, y'all. So we are talking all things memorial. So this here, I can tell you right now, the designs alone, which is the digital products, and I teach that in my academy. I've made over $1,000 in my sleep just off of the design for the Dollar Tree Memorial lantern. They come in white and black. I actually spray painted mine a soft purple to go with my color theme. I created several different color and designs for this, and that is also in my bio. But this is something that I also teach, and it is included on the replay if you sign up for VIP. for the 3 day. Um, Another item is going to be the memorial benches, and these actually come in different sizes. This one here is the 7 inch. And again, the VIP, you guys have templates. In fact, let me just stand up. You guys have draft templates, so you don't have to have a design degree in order to be able to make these items. Now, in the 3 day challenge, I am going to be showing you guys how to design different memorial crafts from scratch. But if you grab my templates, you will already have those. Drag and drop. You just literally change the color, change the images and information, and you can switch that out. Another item is the grad fans. I'm sorry, I just came off of graduation season. The memorial fans, and this one I just did a quick demo. Normally I do cover the back of it, but I definitely do add a bow on there. So this is a craft that you will learn. Matter of fact, I believe one day last week, because I've been going live pretty much every day since last week to kick off our memorial challenge. I actually did a design from scratch on live, walking you through how to create this. Creator, okay. And so I took that same design, and this is a high, you guys. These are the butterfly memorial pins. So instead of just the traditional ribbon or the traditional buttons, this is another option. I normally sell these for like $15 a butterfly. But I also talked to you guys inside of our challenge about MRQs, which are minimum quantity order, because you don't want to just make one of these. You want them to buy um, in bulk or have a minimum. It's the same thing with the party favors. I have a minimum order of 12. So if you order chip bags, water bottles, you're going to get a set of 12. I'm not turning on my computer and my printer and printing out just one. So those are some of the things that I teach you within this 3 day challenge that you guys will go over on day 3. So day 1, we are doing design. So the reason I went live all last week and this week was because there's so many different crafts to learn that I couldn't just cram it all into one day of designing. So um, make sure you follow so you won't miss. But it's a 3D effect. I actually did this one with the 4 layers on there, but this one's super cute, and a beautiful keepsake. Of course, you always want to sell your t-shirt. This one is sublimation, but for my besties who may not have sublimation printers or the supplies for sublimation, another option is DTF. You can do the center print shirts with DTF. So we have local printers here in Dallas that can print out your DTFs, and then I also have a vendor that ships. So that is an option. A lot of times I do go with DTF unless the client wants a sublimation shirt. What is sublimation for those that may not know? That is when you use a different type of ink and the actual print gets baked into the fibers of the garment. You have to have 100% polyester shirt in order to sub on. The lower the percentage of polyester, the lower the ink is going to actually adhere to the garment, and that's what any blank that you have. This one is actually another memorial bench. It's just the big one. This is the 14 inch, and then they come in different ones. You have the rest in peace ones that don't have a little copper on there, and then you have your memorial pillow. I don't know where my blanket is, but I also have a blanket that is one of the top sellers for Memorial. Another seller that's easy and I make really good money is the Memorial necklaces. There's so many different ones. You have this one. This one actually turns. I have I have this one with the angel wings, and they come in different colors. So you have like gold, silver, rose gold, and then I even have. I have this one. This one's actually a urn. So if you have loved ones or families that were cremated, this gives them an opportunity to be able to share their loved ones' ashes with family members, and a little bit of their ashes actually goes into this necklace, and it has like the engraving on it. So these are just a few of the memorial items that you can sell. And like I said, memorial is not a overnight. You gonna just create and then I need to move this out the way. Um, it's not a trend. This is a craft that you will be able to sell all year. And of course, you have your party favors, water bottles, chip bags, party bags, um, and the list goes on. So, with that being said, I just wanted to come in and just kind of help you guys along. Make sure that y'all actually do know how to make the item, design the item, and how to sell the item. Because it's one thing to learn, but then if you're not making any sales and you're just posting blindly and hoping for a sale, then it's all in vain. So again, get in the room, stay in the room, right room. Coach Q is going to walk you through, and I am a crafter. I make the items, sell the items, and I help others to be able to do the same thing. So, with that being said, we are going to hop into the South. Okay, so we've made a obituary, we've made a fan, we've made a center shirt design. Do y'all want to do a all over, or would y'all like to do another obituary design? Y'all chime in and let me know. Y'all are doing that. I am going to get all over. Okay, T Creations, all over. Okay, thank you for the heart me. Okay, so we're gonna do heart me. And y'all don't forget to tap that screen. Okay, so let me flip my camera back around and get y'all set up. Thank you for the heart me. Uh-oh. Every time. Okay, there we go. Baby, trying to get this tripod together. And I know here in a minute TikTok will be hollering about I gotta move the shape. Okay, so let me get screen here. Okay. Hold on just a second, y'all, because I gotta all right, there we go. Let me move this over so y'all can see. And then Let me share my screen for Facebook and Instagram. All right. So first things first, before we design, what do we actually need? Is it a plan? Is it a hope and a prayer? What exactly do we need? Welcome in, ladies. All right, I know most of y'all probably at work looking. Okay, so we need a design before we can do any type of product. So, with that being said, we are in Canva. We are going to go over to create, and I think you guys said you wanted to do a all over t-shirt. So we are going to go to custom size, change this from pixels to inches, and we are going to do, we'll do a 13 by 13. That'll give us enough room to create. Okay. So the next thing is we have our base. So now we need to actually bring in all of our elements that we're going to use for our image. Let's change this because I know my models that I have, we're probably going to end up with the purple. So we'll do that. So I'm going to go over to elements. Move y'all over. Okay. So we're going to go to elements, and then we are going to type in stairway to heaven, which I've been using it here, so it pops up pretty quick. And then what you want to do is just find you a design that you like for your background. So you can click these three dots and it'll bring up where you can say see more. So that way it gives you more options like the one that you're actually looking at. Because of course Canva only puts a few up there. So let's see. Oh, that one's cute. I'm gonna have to use that one on another design. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and go with this one. You were make sure that it has 8 points instead of just four. The reason being is if it just had the 4 points, you can only go up or down or out. But with 8 points, I could widen this up or down. Um, but in this case, I'm actually going to replace the background and make that my background. Then I'm also, because I want this to be more of the purple, one or two things could happen. I could actually kind of turn the transparency down, or and actually let me detach that because I want to add a filter. So I'm gonna go up here to edit, and then I am going to go down to filters. And so this is one way that you can change the color of the design. You just scroll down because they give you a few different options. And there go our purple. gonna do that one. And then this is another option, but I don't really like that one. So we'll go with this one. Okay, so we have our background. The next thing is we need some doves, and then we also need lens flare. So we're gonna type in white doves. I always like to go with the more realistic looking items. Um, that's just my preference. If you want to go more with like the cartoony ones, you can definitely do that. So what I'm doing is I'm just clicking on a few and I'm just gonna bring those into my design. So I'll have those. And okay. So I got three different ones, and you will find that when you're starting a design, that you will find yourself kind of using maybe the same ones, because that that's what works, and then also I teach you guys create you some templates, some drag and drop templates. If you don't get mine, that way, as you get customer orders and stuff, you have a different colors and stuff, and different designs that they can pick from, and it just speeds up the process as far as being able to design, because you can just drag and drop their loved ones' information in there. Okay, so we got the white doves. Now we need angel wings. Make sure you type angel wings and just don't type wings, because it's gonna give you everything but what you're actually looking for. And again, on the angel wings, to go with I like to go with more realistic angel wings. And you have a few different ones to choose from, because you have the angel wings that go down, some that go up. The flare is a little bit different, so it just depends on your preference, and also it depends on what. I'm gonna set these to the side too. It depends on what picture um they send you, as far as their loved ones, to see which wings would go best with their that picture. The next thing we need is lens flare. Those are those little specks of light that you get, and I'm just gonna pick a few of them and just set them over to the side. Different ones, and they don't have to be white. They can be different colors. They have red lens flare, gold looking lens flare. So again, this is your design. This is your opportunity, especially if you're designing from scratch, where you can just let your creative juices flow and be able to do your thing. And then we'll set that to the side. Okay, so we got our lens flares. We have some angel wings, and then we got our doves. So now we need our actual loved one, because um no one has passed away recently, or let's just say you don't want to kill anybody off. um we are going to use AI for our model. So I want you guys to take a screenshot of this prompt. You do not have to use this prompt. I am just giving you this option for your prompting, so that if you are not really sure on what to say or how to produce images like this is the perfect opportunity to copy and paste this prompt. You literally, if you instead of being a woman and you want to do a man, just change it out to man. You can take the curves off, and then whatever outfit you want him or her to wear and what color. So I am going to paste this in here. And just so you know, I already have my model, but I just want you guys to see how it does generate. And let's see, we have, is she in hot pink? So let's just say um, purple. And then we'll also change that down to purple as well. And then I'm going to copy this because, like I always tell you guys, all AIs are not created equal, which means I can take this exact same prompt and put it over into Gemini, which is another free uh, site. Keep in mind, I have the paid version of these sites, but you can definitely do free. And so it takes a few minutes for it to actually generate. We just kind of bounce back and forth. And sometimes you get these error messages. Just re-put it in there. Okay, so of course chat did not let me down. Ever since they've done the update, honey, chat be giving it. So let's see. It's creating now. So see how we gave the exact same prompt but got two different versions, and then Gemini actually gave us two. They gave us the close up and they gave us this one. So what I am going to do, I will click download because I want to download that one. And then we can also download this one as well from chat. Once those are downloaded, then and let me title, I forgot to tell y'all, always title y'all stuff because maybe you start designing in Canva and it gets crazy overall. Okay. So then you want to go over to, because we want to pull our lady into Canva. So you're going to go over to upload, click on upload files, and we are going to select both of those, and it's going to put it into our downloads. And we actually are going to, we'll use Gemini's only because it gave us two. So the first one, I'm going to just crop that over like that. I want to remove the background because we do not need the background for our lady. And we're just going to place her. We'll put her like right there. And then you can duplicate this one because remember the other picture is on there. And we'll just set that to the side. Then we're going to grab the wings. Let's see which wings actually look best on her. And you want to make sure that they're proportioned properly. So what y'all think about that? Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down the shift button and I want to select her and the wings and group them together. That way, when I move her around, it's moving together. That also, if I decide that I want to resize her, her and her wings, they move together. And because we're designing for all over, what you also want to keep in mind is when you go to drop this like in your mock-up, you want to leave some of this space because that's where the neck part would be. So we're going to do that. And then let's put her and position her behind. So I'm clicking on her, and you can do it two different ways. You can either just click behind, and it'll send her behind the wing, or you can click on layers. Layers just allows you to be able to go and grab and see what it is that you want. So I'm going to, and I might have to adjust her wings, but we're gonna put her other picture over here. Okay. And I was just double checking. And then I want to turn the transparency down of this one to maybe 50. Let's do 55. And I'm going to move these doves out of the way. And we'll go ahead and get rid of that. And then I want to duplicate her and put her on each side of the wing. And of course, we're going to put her behind the wings. Okay. So you see how there's like this little cutoff from there? Another workaround would be is to go back over here to elements, and let's go to cloud. And when I add clouds, I do like to go with like a soft, fluffy cloud. Nothing that's just like too heavy. And we are just going to put that behind there, so that'll just hide that hard um, part of her end of her. We'll put that over there of her picture, and we'll put that behind, and then duplicate that again as well, and then put that behind. So it still blends into the picture, but then you don't have those harsh lines um, of that. So far, y'all getting it? Drop some hearts in the and tap that screen if you guys are learning something new that you have not learned before so far. All right, T. Thank you. Okay, so another thing that I like to do if your your loved one or just anytime I'm doing a design, if they have jewelry on, I like to add the lens flare on there. So let's see. We'll grab this one and I'm gonna zoom back out. I was zooming in so y'all can see. And I'm just gonna make that a lot smaller. So it just gives it a little sparkle. So it looks like the jewelry is kind of blinging a little bit. And then let's see, we'll add one to her watch. And we're gonna add to the earrings. And just make sure you size those up appropriately. Oh, where my other one go? Right there. So you see how that little bit of detail just really helped to pop the jewelry. So grab you some lens flare and add it on there. All right. So now we got our doves. Let's see. And we might not be, end up using that one, but I just wanted to move that lens flare. And we need to move that dove. So I'm clicking there again. I'm going to position and I'm going to move that to the front. So that way it's right there. So we got that. Welcome in, y'all. For ones that are just joining, we are creating a all over t-shirt design, memorial t-shirt design. This is kicking off our 3-day memorial challenge. The official challenge starts on Wednesday. If you have not gotten in the room, get in the room. You can get in for free. Click the link in my bio. If you want access to all the templates along with the replays of the 3 day, then upgrade to the VIP and you can actually get that for less than $24 today when you check out with one of my layaway plans. Okay, so we are going to flip this bird, I mean the dove, over that way. Uh-oh. And then we'll put her back. All right. So far so good. Um, let's see where we want to add the most specks of layer. And actually, where is my? Let me go to positions and layers because I know I grabbed a big lens flare. There it is. Oh, move that one out the way. I want to put one behind her. So it kind of, and I don't think that's the one I want. So let me go back over here to lens flare. And also just guys, so y'all know, um I don't recommend the lens flare that has the halo attached to it because when you're moving your model, the halo is going to move with it. So if it doesn't quite line up properly, then you're going to end up having to remove or detach it anyway. See how we feel about that. I actually want, I think I want like a beam, the beam of light. Yeah. So let's move that. And just make sure it's all the way up there at the top. And I might still, oh, put it up. We'll put that one, and then I'm gonna duplicate. I'm gonna flip it around because I want it to look like she's transcending out of the heavens, and then we'll put that behind. There we go. All right, so we got the light from the heavens shining down, and then I'm just gonna move this lens flare because we'll probably end up using those for the wording. All right. Any questions so far on design elements and anything that I've used thus far? Welcome in, Celie B. Okay, so now we need some words. So let's go in here and we are going to add some words. So we're going to go over to text. And we're going to add text. And so this is where you can say celebration of life, in loving memory of, um, just depending on the preference. If the loved ones have already like created obituary or something like that, you may want to make sure that it coincides with what they are already saying. But in this case, we'll just go ahead and say in loving memory of, and then the see how fancy. And rule of thumb, you don't want to do too many fonts. And I'm actually copy, delete, because I want to be able to place it where I want it. And we're probably going to have to move her over and duplicate, paste. Now I know y'all say, okay, that's super thin. So, and then let's see, we are. I'm going to add some outline around it so that you'll be able to actually see it. So we're going to go to effects. Sorry, guys. And let's add an outline. And you can actually do black on black if you just wanted to thicken it up. That's an option. And turn the thickness. Oh, I'm sorry. TikTok. Turn the thickness down to and so you can adjust the thickness of it. You also can do like a curve. So if you didn't want it to be just straight across, when you go to effects, you have the option to make it a curve if you wanted that. So this go around, we actually are just going to go with that. So we have our loving memory. And then we could actually move our dove up there. And let's see, we can grab this lens flare. Let's add a little speck of light. And we're going to put the lens flare behind the dove. And then I'm also going to add a shadow. So I'm going to go up here to edit, and go over and go down to shadows. And we're just going to do like a little shadow glow to it. And I'll zoom in for YouTube so you can see how it looks close up. Okay, so we have in loving memory, and then so let's put her name, and I'm probably gonna have to make her just a little bit smaller. Okay, so we're gonna add a text, and you know all my models' name is Jasmine. And this time I want to go with the this one I kind of like. We'll see how it looks. We might have to adjust. And we're going to do that one in white. And let's do a purple outline. Let's find the right purple. And I think I might actually add, let's see if we add some clouds down by her feet. And that might not be the right cloud. So let me go back over here to elements. And we'll type in clouds. Okay, I think I want to go with that one. And I'm just adding a few of them to make it make sense. I don't want just a plop of clouds and it just doesn't make sense. I think I accidentally locked that. I did. Okay, so we're gonna move that and then make sure that it's in the front of everything. Okay, then we need her last name. So we'll add another text bar. And Scott. And let's see if the fancy will work. And it will not. So let's see. Let's see. And actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to change this one. Let's try a couple of. I don't know how I feel about that. That thickness. Hold on. Let's see. These are just a few that I actually like to. This one might actually be good for Scott. Jasmine. Purple. And we're going to, I like to rotate them. So if we did the other one in the white with the purple outline, then I like to do the white with the purple outline. So we're going to do this one with the white outline. And then we're just going to set her. And then I'm actually going to add some lens flare to the words just to make them pop. Okay. So we have her. And then let's go ahead and change that to the purple. And we need to do the outline in white. We'll leave that purple because I wanted it to be, what we'll do is we need to duplicate, make that one white, and then make that white, and we're going to put it behind it. Position behind. And you see how that gave it a layer effect and it still pops. So we'll do the same thing. We'll change this to that purple. And then we are going to duplicate, turn it white, go to effects, turn the white, and then we're turning it up, and then line it up and send it behind. And then we need the effects to be a little bit thicker on here. So y'all see how that made it pop. Okay, so then we have our we still have some more doves and put that back. I'm trying to grab that lens flare. So I'm gonna go over to positions and I'm gonna click on layers and I'm gonna click until I can find the lens flare that was right there behind her. We need to move those up. And Yeah. And I'm gonna duplicate that one and put another one behind her. And just to bring some more light. Okay. So we have her in loving memory. We have her name. And I'm actually going to click on here and go to layers. And I actually want to group all of these together. So I'm going to go and hold down the control key and put that together. All of those. And then click on group. So now my wording is together. Okay. So now we need sunrise and sunset. So we're going to add another text, and we're gonna do sunrise, and we either going to do that in the white or in the purple. It's probably going to be the white. And then let me move these over again. And then we're going to duplicate that and line it up and sunset. And we'll probably add a effect or outline. Let's see. So you better see it. Okay. Then we need to add the date. So date of birth, 1991. And you can also type out the month as well. And we are going to make sure that the font matches. And add an outline. Duplicate that. Hold on, y'all. YouTube is making me put the shape in okay, here we go. All right. And then we'll do this. Five, 1, 5, 15. She just passed 2026. And I'm going to add the shadow to this one as well. So I'll click on edit again and go over to glow and add the shadow. And then I'm going to duplicate and put it on this side, the dove on this side, and then flip it around as well. And then I'm going to duplicate and add some lens flare on both sides. And we could actually leave those doves there. Okay. I just want to see how it would look. Mm-mm. Okay. All right. So we actually have our design for our all over. So let me go grab. Hang on just a second. I'm gonna grab a t-shirt, all over t-shirt mock up real quick. Mm-mm-mm. Hey Stacy, welcome in. Look, I'm in design mode. So I hadn't even seen y'all pop in. So welcome in. We just finished designing a all over t-shirt design. This is our pre-game kickoff that we are working on. So I'm actually going live all this week, and I went live all last week to help my newbies and even my OGs, just to design and get familiar um, with Canva and just creating from scratch. And I'm just gonna remove the image. So let's download our design so we can put it in the mockup. And today was the all over. So we have designed a obituary. We've done the lantern design. We've done a t-shirt center t-shirt design. And like I always say, work smarter, not harder. The center t-shirt design, you were able to actually take that and make that into a fan, make that into the t-shirt. And what else did we do? We did the memorial butterfly pen. So I just downloaded it. I am going to now upload it into Canva. So we are uploading. And then we're going to go over here to our all over t-shirts and drop that in there. Okay, so we need to make some adjustments. I made it too big. So we need to, that's good there. Let's make her name and then the year. It needs to be brought in some. So we are going to select, we're going to layers, and we're going to do that. Hold down the control. Do I have everything? Nope, I'm missing a dove. There we go. group those and bring it in. And then let's see, we're gonna go over to Scott. Scott control, and then we're gonna find the lens flare. I'm trying to find the other lens flare for the S. And we're gonna group them together. And we're gonna move Scott in. Let's see. So as far as the when it's all over, the top of her head would actually press over the shoulder. But I want to make sure that this part is actually centered. And then let's also move the doves over some or make them smaller. Okay, so let's try to download again. And this is why you have a mock-up so that you can actually go in there and play with it and drop it. So you know that way, whatever adjustments and stuff that needs to be made before you start printing and wasting ink and material. Okay. Okay, my Scott and my which color still cut off. Yeah. All right. So we are going to move those in some more. And see. Group that together. And then make sure that that is behind Jasmine. Okay, there we go. And see what move the sunset in, and then let me adjust the doves. So just keep in mind, you want most of your design and stuff to be kind of concentrated into the middle. Okay. And download. Oh, I'm gonna have to re-download it because I is this all up in the bee's knees. Okay, re-download. Oh, you was just about to call me. Hey, yeah. Yeah, girl, we live. We kicking off the 3-day memorial challenge with some more designing this week. Okay, so the third time is the charm. Uh-oh. Drop it in there. All right, and we got our center. Wait a minute. Did I not move that? Oh, yeah, I did. Okay. Let's see. All right, and then now we have our all over shirt, y'all. Mock up. So before you actually start making product, you can utilize the mock up and be able to showcase your design to show potential customers how it would look um on there. This was done less than what 45 minutes from start to finish. Um no design skills needed. Again, now if you upgrade to the VIP, I am giving you guys um a lot. Y'all are getting a lot for less than 40 less than $24 to get in the room today when you check out with layaway plan, but the VIP is $47, but you can get in the room. The way you get in the room is click the link in my bio and you have two options. You can join for free, hang out with me for 3 days. Day one, we are designing in Canva some more. Day two, we are actually going to be making the product. Day three, we are talking all things pricing and marketing because I know a lot of my besties they may struggle with how to price, how to market, and how to actually get those sales. So it's one thing to be able to make the product, but if you can't sell it, then what are we doing? Um, if you decide that you want to upgrade, which is what I always suggest. And anytime I take a class, because yes, Coach Q does take classes, and because in order to be a good teacher, you have to be continue education, which means you have to continue to be a student. So I go out in these crafting streets, learn new things, so I can bring it back to my community. If you come in as VIP, you get access, of course, to all 3 days. You guys actually will get a bonus class, which is going to be how to sell and market digital products. So that's a whole nother bag opposite of the physical product. You will also get all of my templates from the t-shirt designs, the full obituary layout and designs, the party favors, the fan decals. You also get the mock-ups, so you do not have to go over to you know who to go buy templates from them. You are actually going to have everything that you need from mock-ups to the actual drag and drop designs. All you need is Canva Pro and you are good to go. So all of my besties that's been saying, put me in the game, coach. Get in the room so I can put you in the game. So again, day one, we are going to be designing. Um, and y'all get the Q&As. Day two, we are actually going to be putting the crafts together because what Coach Q is a crafter and I do all things custom. So from t-shirts, tumblers, journals, digital products, trucker hat, you name it, Coach Q knows how to do it. So you are in the right room. Day three, we are not out here freestyling. We are going to straight get to the money the right way with pricing and marketing strategies. This is for B2B and B2C, which is business to consumer, which is most of my entrepreneurs that are selling to the consumer. And then B2B is you are actually going to get out there and pitch to some of these local funeral homes in your area and let them know what it is that you do. So I do have some Q&A, so a lot of questions I kind of already know what y'all gonna ask. So get in the room and what stay in the room. So we are going to add this to our ensemble of things that we now know how to do. If y'all have any questions, I am looking in the chat at this time to answer any of those questions. If you need me to show you anything additionally, you can definitely chime in. See any questions? Okay. All right, guys. So that mean I did a good job. Y'all got value. Drop some hearts in the chat if you were able to learn something new that you did not learn before you got on today's live. I will be this was being recorded, so I will share this on my YT page. It also is going to be included in your VIP packet as well. Thank you for the heart. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget to follow me on all social media platforms. YT is going to be You Made It Academy, and all the other ones are Made It Sold It. I will talk to y'all later. Y'all be blessed, and I cannot wait to see what you create. Bye.